you also have this somehow this I think streak for provoking. You know, you I think since the beginning of your films, you've loved to provoke. Be it in heroine, you say confidence के साथ बोलो ना, तो फिल्म इंडस्ट्री झूठ को भी सच मान लेती है.
Confidence के साथ बोलो ना, तो फिल्म इंडस्ट्री झूठ को भी सच मान लेती है.
And apart from that, जिसको भी ये डेब्यू अवार्ड मिला ना, उसका जिंदगी में कुछ नहीं हुआ. मुझे भी ऑफर किया था, मैंने तो मना कर दिया.
जिसको भी ये डेब्यू अवार्ड मिला ना, उसका जिंदगी में कुछ नहीं हुआ. मुझे भी ऑफर किया था, मैंने मना कर दिया.
अवार्ड्स और क्रिटिक्स को मैं इतना सीरियसली नहीं लेती, शायद इसलिए वो मुझे सीरियसली लेते हैं.
अवार्ड्स और क्रिटिक्स को मैं इतना सीरियसली नहीं लेती, शायद इसलिए वो मुझे सीरियसली लेते हैं.
So somehow you like to provoke, and that is something. चढ़ता सूरज, you know, when I was watching that the other day, it is such a provocative song.
आज जवानी पर इतराने वाले कल पछताएगा, आज जवानी पर इतराने वाले कल पछताएगा, चढ़ता सूरज धीरे धीरे ढलता है ढल जाएगा.
It is like you're torturing a man. मतलब you're literally torturing a man, and it is absolutely like very powerful. Is it a conscious thing that you like you like to make a point that makes people ponder, that makes people think, or make people discuss it?
Yeah, I definitely want people to remember movies or dialogues or the kind of cinema which I make. And like I said, I'm basically has this mindset of single plex theater wala, like Gaiety ki feeling honi chahiye mere ko. I like punchlines. Right. I like all the Salim Javed 70s dialogues. They used to get the lines and all, punches and all. So I really believe in these kind of things. कि वो जरूरी होता है पिक्चर को थोड़ा सा ये करने के लिए, and there should be a clap trap in the film.
Sure.
I still believe, but nowadays multiplex nobody claps. They're very subtle and very sober. But I'm just telling you, but these kind of things is very necessary for me as a filmmaker. Somewhere those things are there, but I make it in a very, because I feel film should have the entertaining value also. Film should have that thing which we really remember the lines. कि हाँ यार ये line उसमें बोली थी उसमें, you know. Like I said, there was a movie Jail जिसमें एक Wonderworld dialogue, Wonderworld guy says कि इंसान बुरा नहीं होता, इंसान का वक्त खराब होता है.
Correct.
इंसान का वक्त, तो it's a lot of people have told me when they came, सर यार वो लाइन कमाल की लाइन थी, तो बोला इंसान खराब नहीं होता, इंसान का वक्त बुरा होता है. तो ये याद रहता लोगों को. कहीं चीजें होती है जो लोगों को याद रखती है, जैसे ये फैशन में डर होता है, ये जगह कुछ ऐसी है, कब क्या बदल जाए कुछ पता नहीं चलता. तो इट इज अगेन यूज्ड एज अ मेटाफर इन द इंडस्ट्री. A lot of people tell me कि whenever they say film industry के, तो they say this line, अरे ये जगह ही कुछ ऐसी भाई, कब क्या पता होता है, बदलता है, पता नहीं चलता. तो I think somewhere people relate to their in daily life also. These lines are very necessary for people to connect with it, people to associate with it, and somewhere people identify with those things.
Right. So how important is collaboration with your writer? There's so many lines which the lines may be simple, even in terms of screenplay. The lines may be very simple, but they are so hard hitting. Rajpal Yadav talking to a guy, Iqbal Chamdi बोल रहा हूँ, and the way he's trying to just fix up something for Tabu and 8,000 दे देते. You know that the fact is, it's not merely a deal happening for in terms of for carnal lust. This is a matter of life and death for someone. How important has it been to collaborate with your writers to come up with those moments? Very, not merely in terms of dialogues, but creating those situations.
No, very essential, because see, writers who work with me, which other writers I've worked with, Niranjan Iyengar, Anuradha Tiwari, Manoj Tyagi, Anil Pandey recently. So it is Sanjay Chahal. So I think it is very necessary. Dil to Bachcha and Indu Sarkar. So it's very necessary. First thing, they should understand me as a person. When they meet me, so they understand, okay, he likes these kind of punches. And I always I sit on the dialogues myself, and I'll tell me, maza nahi aa raha, punch nahi aa raha, yaar isme thoda sa tadka la. So that's basically way of working. So I need.
You write.
I may not write. I wrote for Traffic Signal and partially for Page 3, but. Because there's so much of work, screenplay and all this whole day, but I just put in inputs to it. I'll tell him this framing कि इसमें थोड़ा मेरे को लगता है ये angle होना चाहिए, ये angle, and they understand that. So it's very necessary for me to have dialogues with punches, and it has to provoke the audience also at the same time.
And you always have, we have casting directors now, which are, I think, being spoken about, but you've always had this supporting cast which has always been spoken about. And जो आपके ये आपका डायलॉग, ये हवा में किस क्यों करते हैं, ये जानने के लिए कि कौन कितनी ऊंची नस्ल का है. So, इस तरीके के जो आपके असाइड्स कहीं ना कहीं आपके फिल्मों में आपके रहे हैं.
हाँ, वो रहे हैं. जैसे आपने हिंदू सरकार में देखा, there was the barber shop.
Right.
Or page 3 में you saw the drivers. Or corporate में you saw the peons. So I always keep these things, or in
jail as well.
In the jail as well, or in Chandni Bar. This is my tribute, I would say, to R.K. Lakshman. I think basically that's a small tribute which I always feel ke these are the common people, always common man. That is very necessary to have a very vital associate with the film. So that's why they always, you know, a lot of reviews which I see, so they always say other films ki bare mein bolte, so they always mention ki you have some character like the Madhur Bhandarkar kind of movies which you have. So I feel I think for me it's a big compliment ki you have these kind of people in the film, which is very part of the narrative. Very part of the narrative. Ki what happens? There's a point of view like Hindu Sarkar, we said ki the barbers are talking about it कि किशोर कुमार को बैन किया, so what they are talking about, what they feel about.
वो गाना जो आता है बहुत खूबसूरत मोमेंट है.
हाँ, बहुत खूबसूरत.
वो आपने फिर आपने उनको पर नहीं रखा है. You just take the shop into account.
Yeah,
that's beautiful scene.
Yeah. So I felt it is very necessary to have these kind of characters. साइड में होना बहुत जरूरी होता है कि उनका पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू क्या है. अगर ये रिच और फेमस के बारे में हम दिखा रहे पेज 3 में, तो व्हाट आर द ड्राइवर्स टॉकिंग आउटसाइड, एंड दैट हैपेंड टू मी. लाइक आई वाज इन रिमेंबर इन सेंटोर एंड I was trying my driver and I couldn't get his number because underground में phone नहीं लग रहा था. So I came out and I saw him with some 10 drivers and they're chatting. That's how I got the idea. Then I said, अरे क्या हो, तो he was telling नहीं, हम लोग gossip कर रहे थे. I said क्या ऐसे मेरे बारे में gossip किया क्या? तो बोलते नहीं, हम लोग ऐसे ही बात कर रहे थे. They all film stars, drivers and all. So from there I got the idea, derived the idea. I said, if the party going on and they're sitting over here and they're talking, so what gossip they must be doing?
Yeah, shopping नहीं swapping होती.
हाँ, exactly. बहुत सी चीजें हैं.
Right. You've always got praise. You've got national award as well. But how do you deal with criticism? There has been criticism at times that maybe certain times आपके characters repetitive होते हैं. How do you deal with criticism, sir?
See, one thing, let me put it like that. My critics, whoever see my movies, is always been 70% people like, 30% don't like. I had never got collectively, uniformly 100% of any movie.
Right.
There are people for Chandni Bar who gave 1 star. There were people who, for page 3, they gave 0 star. There were people for corporate gave 1 star. There are people for fashion said कि it's better to watch a fashion show than a movie fashion.
Right.
So it has always been a mixed thing. It has never been a collective or say, wow, ऐसा कभी नहीं हुआ है. I have the reviews with me still and I've seen that thing. So this is basically a pattern of review my film. कि now tell me one thing. There are so many filmmakers, our film industry or Hollywood, which make one kind of, people say who Madhur Bhandarkar doesn't make different. Dil To Bachcha was a different. Jail was a film on the under trial. So I mean to say what they want. I mean to say if you make glamorous chalo, you say page 3 is a glamorous subject, heroine is a glamorous subject, fashion is a glamorous subject, or character girl is a glamorous. But I did make other films also. So why with me? There are so many people you can't undermine. Like Manmohan Desai made whole career on lost and found cinema. Hitchcock made whole films on the suspense.
Manmohan ji was criticized in his time. Now he's a legend.
I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you. But I'm talking about the kind of success he got in his career.
Absolutely.
Okay. Hitchcock made all his films, which was suspense and thriller and murder mystery. All the films. He never made a Jaws or the Schindler's List. But do you undermine the Hitchcock contribution to the cinema? World cinema? No, no. So I feel this is the kind of thing which is being people talk about it, but there are so many various other filmmakers also make same, but I make different issues subject, different topics subject. I don't make all films on Bollywood. Jail was not a film on Bollywood. Dil To Bachcha was not a film on Bollywood. So why it is like that with me? There's so many filmmakers who make same kind of pattern cinema, same kind of things. You don't tell to them, but you have this tendency, I would say, कि अरे मधुर इस तरह का सिनेमा बना रहा है. लेकिन I now which made Hindu Sarkar, which is completely different. You cannot compare with my previous films at all. So people should look in the larger perspective. And like I said, critics basically always has been criticized from Chandni Bar days. So nothing new for me. It's ठीक है. There will be some who will love it, somebody will hate it. I know there are 2-3 people who saw Chandni Bar and they told me ke boss cut 20 minutes of the film. It is too heavy. Inhi to chalegi nahi picture. I know that. I know so many stars saw fashion at YRF and they came and told me or told my other people, this movie is not going to work. So it is part of it. So it's always been like that. We've seen so many times like that. You have to work with conviction. Otherwise, you would have not reached here. So, like 13 movies and getting commercial success, critical acclaim, national awards. It's not easy to be over here.
Absolutely.